right now we're working on World 24 for our stories at Lantern Valley Studios, and we talked about how beneficial or how much it's not really in the sense it doesn't like offer more necessarily, but it kind of does in the sense of if someone could teleport anywhere at any time at a second all over the world, and if they were truly responsive, what that would offer them, you know. You could do it and not be responsive, and then it doesn't matter where you are.
The what ended up being written, I think it's in one of the Guardian's tales already, but the thing that would happen first would be kind of the novelty, that in the same way that we have internet and everybody's like, oh, the novelty, we can find anything, let's just blah, blah, blah. It's so much spam, and then people just browsing it endlessly, and it's like a lot of kind of pointlessness.
Yeah.
And then occasionally people get stuff out of it. A lot of it isn't like intellectual trap where there's just so much stuff that it became the information era, and now we had the industrial era, and now we're in the information era, and you can find any information you want on the internet, like at your fingertips, basically. Yeah. Everybody on his phone anyway. And it's a problem because people aren't ready for that.
Yeah.
In the same way that if you could teleport anywhere in the world, it's be like, man, if you could live a lifetime in somebody else's shoes, you imagine the things you would see in different ways you would see the world. But it's like, no, because you would start doing it and you would take it, not take it for granted. Take it for granted just means you're not...
Miss it?
Yeah, you would miss it. Like, if you're taking something for granted, you're just not actually... It's not a matter of, utilizing it. Like, you're not utilizing it doesn't mean you're taking it for granted. Taking it for granted is just you're not present, so obviously it just, bypasses over the fact that you can do this at all. It's a complicated topic in itself. Yeah. But everybody would just start teleporting all over.
Yeah.
Willy-nilly, I guess, is the term old people would use. Willy-nilly.
Flip-floppy.
Flip-flopping all over. And the end of it would be in the same way that there's the internet, and anybody who finally eventually clues in is just like, oh, wow. This is... I can do so much with this. And it turns into something so much more than information. It turns into, this ability that extends upon what our faculties are. And to teleport everywhere in the world, the end game of that, the end point of where that would lead is a person, if they can gain any form of awareness, regardless of whether you can teleport around the world or not, if you gain any form of awareness, you're going to be able to understand just everything a little better and be able to utilize that. In the same way, teleporting all around the world, if somebody has any form of awareness, that becomes just another thing in life to help them understand that everything that you could ever learn from anywhere else in the world, from any kind of other tool you have, whether it's the information on the internet to being any place at any time, all of that stuff is just more content for you to find meaning in for your own context, to learn the one simple thing of I can figure all that out from exactly where I am at all times, and it's just all on me to do that. That is the end point where it will always lead. So even if we have these amazing superpowers of infinite, limitless teleportation, the only thing that you'll ever ultimately learn from that you can't learn from any other source is, I can just be where I am. Does that make sense?
I mean, it kind of feels like the best thing you could learn.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing you can learn that doesn't, well, maybe not the only thing, but it's a thing that doesn't require any content, almost.
Yeah. Right. It just always comes back to that, regardless of thing. So, teleporting around the world with infinite capabilities, etc., it's nothingness. It's just like having the perfect scenario lined up for you. It's nothingness.
It is like negation, I believe. Right?
Yeah, negation, yeah.
Negating anything that's not just what is.
Yeah. It always will lead back there, regardless of stuff. Because really that's just adding another amazing content. The internet is an amazing piece of content in the daily life of being a human being at this time. And to have that would just be like just a more amazing content of what it's like to be a human being at this time. That's it. That's all. It would always come back to just, oh, where am I? Am I settled? Can I be anywhere and be fine? Like that's what it would come down to.